And welcome to the Creedence and Bishop Show. We're here live with you on this Wednesday, as always, at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We welcome everybody to the show. Myself, Bishop, Knox, Mikey, the Legend, Mayhem. How are you, boys?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Nice. I see it's, is it National Hot Dog Day?
I believe it is.
Is that why there's hot dogs behind you?
Well, I love hot dogs, so I figured why not put the hot dogs up behind me? A little hot dog party never hurt nobody.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Valid.
Well, we got a hell of a show lined up for you tonight. A lot going on. CMB News at 9. We're gonna find out a few things like what does pickle and beer have in common. Also, we're going to be talking about Mark Zuckerberg from Facebook. He's going to be he's kind of in the news for suing some Hawaiians, and also there's a very funny picture I will share of him surfing that you guys will enjoy. There's a casino being built down the road about, I don't know, about 35, 40 minutes from here, so it might be time for me to move further away. So that's a...
The guy you want to get away from your vice. Why do you want to get away from it?
Why would I want to get away from it? Because I have a gambling problem, and being that close to a casino is not really that good of an idea. That's why. I mean, that buffer that I have of 3 hours is damn good right now. You know.
So you said 3 hours. Go ahead, Mikey.
I think it'll be a good thing for you, though. I think it'll teach you a little bit of discipline. It'll teach you a little something about managing your time and money. I think it's a good thing.
About that.
I think you're looking at it wrong.
About that. I don't know.
You'll have a wife soon. She'll keep you in line. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's what they're for.
I'm going to talk a little bit about Golden Girls and also about teens buying alcohol and how they're getting away with that these days. Very creative, by the way. Got a few pictures to share with that as well. Bish, I guess you got a top 10 Netflix show list that he has, and I'll quote what he says. From some dumb fuck from the Huffington Post that wrote it, I guess.
That's the official name. The top 10 Netflix show of this week from some dumb fuck on Huffington Post. So,
also,
actually, real quick before you get to that, I got to get to this. That's being brought to you by Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola.
Okay. Yeah, and then there's the continuing saga with your neighbors with the extremely loud exhaust. I guess you got a story about that tonight.
I do. I tried to do something neighborly, but my neighbors do not want me to be neighborly.
It's no surprise. Got a training video that I want to play for you guys. Let you guess what fast food restaurant it is for. It's very funny, and it's vintage and old, and it's just a little cringe. So we'll play
we
that.
need to do a series on that, by the way. There's so many training videos out there. We could
some great ones.
Oh, yeah. We could do so many. Yeah. So many.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
We've got Saturday Mayhem, where he's going to present us with some old school kind of, I guess you would say.
Well, basically, it's the things you would find when you were a kid. If you were growing up in the 60s, 70s, or 80s, it's going to be some stuff which was weird, how they would have live action shows for kids, but at the same time, they'd have really not very well thought out cartoons that seem to be kind of rushed, and some could be considered racist. So we'll see. Well,
let's not forget about all the Disney cartoons back in the day that were extremely racist. Very racist.
The Merry Melodies were rough too, around the edges back in the 30s and 40s.
Knox has a very confusing segment. I'm
going to tell you what day it is. What's so confusing about that?
It's Wednesday, dude.
And I just had to take
July.
I just had to take hot dog day off the list. Thanks.
Sorry.
Segment that
blown segment.
That 32-second segment
for
is
him to put fucked.
For him to put together 32 seconds is now gone.
Damn it!
Done. Great job, Bish. Way to ruin his night.
Well, see you later, guys. Bye.
That's all he came on for. He shaved for this, Bish. He shaved for this. He came on. We were doing a test earlier, and he came on. I swear to God, Muhammad Knox came on and joined us.
I didn't realize Kimbo Slice. Kimbo Slice.
I didn't even realize it was him. It was a kind of an awkward way
was
he
a
had
funny
the
angle.
camera and
It was a funny
it's kind
angle. I was going for a non-recognizable look, and I did it. So it was you know, what are you gonna do? But yeah, I'll tell you all about what day it is. I'm excited for that. Sans Hot Dog Day. What do you want to tell me about Hot Dog Day, Bish? You want to throw the flag out there? Tell me about Hot Dog Day.
What does
well,
it say?
I
The floor is yours.
Okay, well, I think that hot dogs are not really so much about the hot dog, but more about the topping and the bun. It's the only sandwich
sure.
that's not about the meat, but it's more about the toppings.
Yeah, but if you get
Am I the only one to ever, if you ran out of hot dogs, but you still had buns, you just put the condiments inside the bun and just eat it like that without the hot dog? I've done that.
Do you know
we couldn't afford hot dogs?
What the
Just
world
the buns.
record is for the most expensive hot dog ever sold?
I don't know. Does it have gold flakes on it? I hope.
Well, probably.
Well, the floor is yours, Knox. Tell us all about this.
He's like,
expensive hot dog.
Hey, do you guys know?
Well,
Hang on a
I'll
second.
tell you
Let me
about it.
Google.
I'll
Hold on
tell
a
you
second.
about it.
Let me Google it real quick. Let me Google it real quick.
I'll tell
Everybody
you
hold
about
on.
it when it's my turn.
Okay.
Okay. Jesus, are we on our edge of our seat for this? Thank you.
And an intro. It'll have its own music before we get going on it. And
Wow.
Creed, I just want you to sprinkle it in without even giving me a warning that it's coming.
Okay.
Let's have some fun with this.
Because I have nothing else going
Let's have
on.
some fun with
here.
it, dude.
That sounds like a lot of fun. By the way, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure to click that bell notification so you know when we go live and give us a thumbs up. We need that. We need those shares. We need your help.
Is bitch frozen?
You know, when we go live,
I hope so.
yeah, it appears that he is.
Or either he's turned into an evil villain.
Something happened. Somebody call his wife. Go check on him.
Stroke.
I'm having a stroke.
Apparently. Oh, well, the audio's still there. YouTube is Creedence and Bishop Show. Facebook.com/CB Radio Show. Twitter and Periscope at CB Radio Show, and Twitch.tv/CB Radio Show. And remember, you don't have to just be on a computer or a telephone or a tablet. You can pop us up on the TV too and look at our beautiful faces. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't realize you can do that with well, you used to be able to with Twitch. I know on the Roku you can't do it on Twitch anymore, but certainly can with YouTube.
Get on the Fire Stick, dude. You can do it all on there.
And Bishop is officially gone. Poor guy.
He'll be back.
He'll be back soon.
He'll be back.
One of those bad internet days. It happened to me earlier when we were running our test.
That was kind of freaky. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know what I was going to do because I can't cut it off.
Yeah, I know. And we also tested the fact that if the power goes out here, the stream goes on. So that's kind of cool that we know that now.
It lives on.
By the way, just a couple of things that's coming up this week. Friday morning, we'll be on with the Pick and Flick podcast. Back with, episode 4, I think now. We'll be doing that around 9 or 10 a.m., somewhere around there. Friday, so we're doing that. Bishop will have his big time lottery scratching show. Had birthday luck, a little bit of birthday luck last week, but nothing too spectacular.
Jesus,
You all right?
You all right, dude?
a little bit too much seltzer.
Also, we've got an interview Friday night. It's kind of cool with a guy named Todd Reed. He's a body painter, special effects makeup artist, kind of in the horror side of things, I guess you would say, right?
Horror,
Mikey?
sci-fi, yeah. He's actually working on a movie. If you remember, we had Connor, formerly of The Ascension, on our show a while back. He's actually working on a movie with him where him and his tag team partner are actually playing the part of like bounty hunters in some movie, but they're like, cyborg type. So he's like been working on all this different stuff, and he has some amazing things, and he'll be live, I believe, from his studio. So he'll be able to show us some of these amazing things that he has made.
Well, I look forward to talking with him about what he's done to the those very expensive Power Wheels. Have you seen those? The tanks that they did. Holy crap, they look awesome. Oh, welcome back there, Hot Dog Boy.
How are you?
Oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
Hello there, Thunder Stealer.
We're all very good.
Oh, now I'm far away. Now I'm far away.
I like how his
very
mouth
low.
doesn't even match up with his mouth anymore. Like,
Yeah, it's going good. It's got to be the neighbor with the loud exhaust. They heard us. Hey, couple things in case you haven't, in case you missed it. We had a great interview with Stormy Daniels last week, talking about the paranormal. Her show Spooky Babes. It was very interesting, especially if you like paranormal stuff. That was a pretty cool interview. Nice to catch up with an old friend of the show as well.
I believe they've about wrapped up on that too. I think they're wrapping right now. So probably in the next week or two, we'll probably have her back on so she can tell us,
cool. Yeah,
you know, everything that's going on with it. I can't wait to see it.
We had a trip down memory road, a brand new, a new extension of the Creedence and Bishop show over on, YouTube is a great place to go see it if you want. It's or audio only with the podcast, but it was a trip down memory road from January 2014 with Phil Verone, and talked a little drumming and a little swinging. So that's about it. I wanted to get everybody caught up with all of that. And one other thing, one little thing. Make sure to remember to take us on the go with the podcast available on almost all major podcast platforms. So there we go.
Thanks to our good friends over there at Anchor.
Yeah. How about that? All right.
That's something.
Ain't that something? If you don't mind, what do we want to do? News or the mailbag?
Well, can I tell the story real quick about this?
Yes, please do, because we were just starting to discuss it right before we went on. It's a great story. So this dude gets up with you, right?
Right,
Out
he
of
got
nowhere.
up with me. I guess he's seen us on one of these podcast pages or whatever. And I think the thing that caught his eye was that we had just did an interview with Stormy Daniels. And he even insinuated when he sent me a message, he's like, I have a friend that would really like to interview her. And I'm like,
Okay. So now he's
All right.
hitting you up for so he's kind of hitting you up for
So,
Here, let me
this
throw
guy-
you 100 people, and maybe you'll throw a lead for one.
So he's like, I let him give me the pitch. I'm like, hit me up with the pitch. So he tells me to call him. I call him, and he starts in, and he's telling me about how, he works with a lot of older talent. The guy who wrote Jaws, somebody he knows. He knows like a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people.
Hey,
And
you
he's
ever heard
name
of
dropped.
Jaws?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the guy who wrote that.
You ever heard of the 10 Commandments? So, he's going on and telling me, and he's like, Larry Hankin. I was like, Larry Hankin. I was like, not sure who that is. I was like, let me look him up.
Were you supposed to know? Like, was it given to you as like you should already know that?
Maybe.
Kind of.
And I look and I say, okay, he was in
Give me Stormy Daniels, I'll give you Larry Hinkin.
a very old Larry Hankin.
I have
he
a
was-
friend. You might wants to talk to her.
So he's like,
Larry Hinkin does.
I was like, look at his pictures. Oh, yeah, I know who that guy is. He's been in a bit parts in like tons of things. He was in Breaking Bad. He was on Billy Madison. He's the guy that they give the business to at the end of the movie when they're like, we're going to give it to Carl. Carl, you can have the business. And it's the old guy with the white hair. I mean, if you see this picture, he was on Seinfeld. He was on, he's like a bit actor in everything. His name is Larry Hankin. Look him up.
So basically, one of those people that you're like, oh, okay, you just never knew his name.
And I look at his picture. Oh yeah, I know who he is.
Somebody put up his face.
He said,
Video, isn't it?
he said, hold on, Mikey, you there? I'm like, yeah. He's like, Mikey, Larry Hankin, and he's like, hello. I'm like, hello.
And he didn't even give you
H-I-N-K? How do you spell it?
he didn't even give you a heads up, did he?
Is it Hankin?
Yeah, Hankin, like I'm hankin
Hankin.
for a honkin.
Yeah.
Larry Hankin.
Oh
You see
yeah,
it?
yeah. This guy. Yeah. Hold on, I'm pulling him up right now. Hold on. I'm gonna get him from Seinfeld because it's fantastic.
Yeah. So I start talking to him. He's like, hey, Larry, this is Mikey. He's got a show, real Wayne Dinger. And I'm like, yeah, man. Sure, we'd love to have you on sometime. All right, when do you want me? I'm like, I gotta book them right that second. I mean, right that second. And I'm having to explain to him, okay, let me see here. All right, yeah. Let's do that. Let's do that. My dog, he's excited about Larry Hankin. So I say, okay, sure, I'll book him. So I book him. And then he's like, do you know who, and he says the guy's name, Jack O'Haran or something like that. I'm like, no.
Could you please tell me?
Guess what day it is?
Is this what day is this?
Jesus, is it time to do it already?
Said throw it in whenever.
Yeah.
Might as well interrupt Mikey's thing.
Well, I was in the middle of pulling up the Larry Hankin photo.
I wanted to do it in true Mikey or in true Knox fashion and just interrupt the entire show.
Perfect.
With this.
Well, listen. Thank you for queuing me in. It is time to find out what day it is after all.
You did not say to cue you in. You said just throw it in anytime.
Well, listen, as Bish mentioned and has that thing behind him, National Hot Dog Day. Can you lower that down a little bit?
Pot it up.
Thank you. Thank you. Before I mention the most expensive hot dog, that's called the California Capital City Dog, and it sold for $145.49. That was that Capital Dog with a W in Sacramento, California. And here's what it had. You asked about gold before. Well, it was 18 inches of all beef, natural casing from Chicago, served on a fresh baked herb oil focaccia, whatever the hell it's called. Roll, spread with white truffle butter, then grilled, topped with whole grain mustard from France, garlic, and herb mayonnaise, sauteed chopped shallots, and a bunch of other good stuff. Nothing about gold, though. So, no. And, by the way, 7-Eleven sells the most grilled hot dogs in North America.
I believe that.
Can you guess how many that is a year?
1 million.
Well, try that times 100 because it's 100 million. Actually,
100 million hot dogs.
Today is also National Hammock Day.
What'd you think about that, dude?
Ain't that something?
Hammock Day.
Hammock.
Totally is.
So as Mikey was talking about with his
Creed, can you show everyone my hammock, please, for Hammock Day?
That was Larry Hankin.
Yeah.
That was Larry Hankin that was taking us up. That's a very nice hammock, hippie.
Do you know why it is called that? The hammock?
A hammock? Why is a hammock called a hammock?
Please
because back in the beginning, they were from the woven bark from the hammock tree. Hence, hammockus, and called hammocks now.
It's amazing. And the Pawleys Island ones right down the road from Myrtle Beach are worth the most. Excuse us for a moment. We have a new guest. Hello there, Larry.
Hey.
That was quick.
Hey, Larry.
Yeah, I was just I just rattled Mikey's dog's cage to get on real quick. Hey, National Hot Dog Day, huh?
Yeah, Larry. Yes. Yeah.
Hey, you remember me in Breaking Bad?
No.
I was a guy. Wow. Did you ever see it? Wow.
No, I didn't.
How rude.
Okay. Did you ever watch El Camino?
No.
Thank you for nobody reminding me to take down the scroll going across borders for the last 15 minutes. Thank you.
It's a good reminder.
You remember that? Hey, you remember that scene in El Camino when I said, I got to get out of here. The feds are about to show up. You remember that?
I do not. I remember you in Seinfeld, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Seinfeld.
I remember you on Armed and Dangerous with John Candy.
Oh, God, that was a... Let me tell you a quick story about John, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Rampant homosexual. I mean...
Rampant?
Really?
Rampant. Had no idea.
Oh, yes. Yeah. He come up with the name. one day he come in. He said, "I got an idea about a script about all the places I've hooked up with guys at." And I said, "Okay, that's why we're on Armed and Dangerous." He said, "It's called." I said, "Well, where have you hooked up with guys at?" He said, "Well, planes, trains, and automobiles. That's where I like to hook up." And I said, "Okay." He handed over the Aykroyd and he took over. But, Aykroyd actually wrote that. For some reason, I just mixed up Aykroyd with Steve Martin. But nonetheless, hey, remember me in Breaking Bad?
Yes, of course. You were awesome.
You remember in Breaking Bad that Walter showed up and he said, "Hey, listen, we need these things crushed." And I said, "Okay."
What day is it? Could you please tell me?
Guess what day it is?
What day is this?
I got more days to talk about. Spoonerism. How about Spoonerism Day? You ever heard of that, Mr. Hankin?
Spoonerism Day?
Spoonerism Day.
Now, the ugly pirate would like to know how many frozen hot dogs can Knox hold in his rectum. He's making his own jokes, almost as many as David Flav. Go on.
Oh. Anyway, a spoonerism is like when you take these words, like the Creedence and Bishop show would be called the Creedence and Kishop show. Something like that.
Nice.
Yeah. I couldn't do Mikey Mayhem because it's 2 M's. It wouldn't work.
Darn.
Wow.
Ain't that something?
Yeah.
Ain't that something, Larry?
Yeah. Anyway,
That
spoonerism. So here's some classic spoonerisms for you. A blushing crow would be a crushing blow, right? So to say loving shepherd, it would be spoonerism would be the Lord is a shoving leopard. Here's to our dear old queen. We can say a toast to our queer old dean. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry, my bad.
So then he says to me, he says, "Hey, do you know who Jacko Harlan is?" I was like, "No."
And
He's
now,
like,
back to the story.
He said, "Have you ever seen Superman? Superman 2? He was one of General Zod's guys. He was the big dude that didn't talk." I was like, "Oh, yeah. He was also in Dragnet." He's
My
like,
favorite part of the movie.
That's right. Hold on a second. Mikey, Jack, hey. So I have to talk to him. And this goes on. Like, he puts me on the phone with this guy. Then the next thing I know, he's like, "You like wrestling? Hold on. Hey, Mikey, Stevie Ray from Harlem Heat. Go ahead, talk to him."
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And
That's the most random people.
and weren't you telling me that the wrestler guy is actually kind of hard to book a little bit?
Yeah. And plus,
him
he's hard to
anyway.
deal with because he's the first thing he says to me before he says, "Hey, look, Stevie doesn't want to talk about wrestling." I was like, "What?" Yeah, he doesn't want to talk about wrestling. So if you could, when I put you on the phone with him, don't mention wrestling. All right, here we go. Mikey, go ahead. And so I'm like, "Hey, Stevie, I want to have you on our show so we can talk about, do you like dry rub ribs or sauce ribs?" And he says, "All right, send me some dates." And then he just hangs up the phone.
Didn't you say though it's like a total of 6 different people you had to talk to?
And the next
out of
thing he
nowhere?
says, he's like, hey, you ever heard of Steven Schwartz?
Hold on. So the guy that was in Superman, that was the guy that got his balls crushed in the drawer, right?
Right. By
Okay,
Dan
yes,
Aykroyd.
okay. Yes, I know.
I think his name was Emil Muzz in that on Dragnet. But he's like, hold on. Let me call Steven real quick. So he calls him. He's like,
Steven who?
Hey, Steven Schwartz. Now, you might remember Steven Schwartz best from the movie The Toy with Richard Pryor. He was the kid. He was also on a Christmas Story where he sticks his tongue to the flagpole. He jumps on the phone and starts talking to me. He's like,
and
hey,
didn't you say that he was in a porn too?
Yeah, he did a porn as well. Yeah. So he was like,
hey Mikey, real quick, listen. I'm on
the guy that played Flick.
Yeah.
All he wants to talk about is being in porn.
So can we get all these guys? Can we get every single one of these folks on?
Yeah. I got Steven's phone number. He's like, look, Steven's the kind of guy. Just call him. Just get him. Yeah, he'll be happy to talk to you.
All right, I like that though.
Yeah. So, but he's got these celebrities, and he's like, now look here, I've got a few clients I'd like for you to book as well. I was like, okay, all right. And he starts telling me who they are, and I'm like, who? He's like, Artie Huffman. I said, Artie Huffman. Yeah, Artie Huffman is a psychic, but he's also the kind of guy, if he's given a reading, he'll say, whoa, Mikey, I just fucked up that reading. Sorry. Let me start over. So I said,
you had to have
okay.
all these people on while you're talking to this guy. This is beautiful.
He's like, okay, so look. Yeah, so I had to talk to Artie. And then he's like, all right, look, I got this one guy. He's in Westerns.
What day is it? Could you please tell me?
Guess what day it is?
What day is this?
Get ready to roar, guys, because today is Lion's Share Day. And on Lion's Share Day, it's perfectly okay to try and take more than your share of something, like what we're doing right now with this bit during the show today. Yeah, a lion's share is an idiom meaning the largest part of something divided amongst other people. Yeah.
What does that have anything to do with what day it is? That's my question.
It's Lion's Share Day. July 22nd is Lion's Share Day. Yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah. Ain't that something?
Interesting.
Lion's Share. You like that? That's good, right?
Yeah. Cool, Mikey. So
That was clever.
What are you saying?
You going for a roar, dude? What were you going for on that sound, Creed? What was that?
I'll tell you exactly what I was going for, is that you don't email anything. You put things in Google Drives and then you send things in Facebook Messenger for me to play on a very well-produced show through Facebook Messenger to press play that you can't even download the effing thing onto
because you
computer.
won't because you won't use the drive.
Because none of us can use the drive, dude. Mikey couldn't even get into it the other day.
I tried.
It doesn't play. I tried numerous times. And on top of that, I've asked so many times, very nicely, might I add, to send over things in a proper way. And it is always, always, always sent complete opposite.
What's it got to do with the sound you tried to play? What was the sound?
Are you kidding me? You just sent something over on Facebook Messenger. Audio
No, stop it, because what I sent you, you played just fine. Whatever you tried to play as a sound effect went whoa, 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 and because that's the intro before a sound. Yes. So I'm calling you out, sir, and I'm asking what sound you were going to play.
You are
Answer
a
the question.
Giant pain in the ass.
Answer the question.
Did you know that?
Okay, so look, he starts telling me, hold on, let me get you on the phone with so-and-so. He was in a Western once, and then hold on, I got this other guy. And he starts calling everybody. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, an hour and something into this call. He's constantly putting people on the phone. I'm like, okay, I can't take no more. He says, look here, I used to be friends with Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, and me and him would hang out all the time.
isn't Kurt Hennig dead?
Yeah, Kurt Hennig's dead. He's like, I was so messed up when he died. That was my best friend. I was like, well, I understand that.
And remind me of him.
He said, let me, hold on. Oh, speaking of wrestlers, hold on. Do you know who Nikita?
That's what I was trying to play.
Very good.
Underneath.
Crowd's
And if
going
I
wild.
had the audio properly, not through Facebook Messenger, you would have had some booze at the end. But anyways, continue, Mikey.
So he really got me good on this next thing. He's like, you said you're a wrestling fan, right? Hold on, Mikey. Mikey, you're on the phone with Nikita Baryshnikov.
Is that guy still alive?
I was like, who's Nikita Baryshnikov? I have no idea who that is. It's not Nikita Koloff or Nikolai Volkov. He's like,
I
he
thought
was
Nikita. Oh, I thought you were saying I
No.
thought Nikolai Volkov.
All right.
I was like, that guy's still alive.
And so he's like, "Hey, Mikey, I told him you're a big wrestling fan. Tell him what you think of him."
Now, just
Put on the
to
spot.
Wow.
reconfirm, this is all happening on the same phone call.
In
All
the
of these
same phone
people,
call.
all
Yes.
these people are just hanging out together.
No, he's just calling
he's-
them. He's
he's
cold
calling them
calling
down through.
Cold
Okay, all right.
calling all of them.
They have phones and offices.
But the guy
and
that
stuff.
you're talking to is the Hinkham guy.
Well, no, I'm talking with the PR guy. There's a PR
Okay,
guy for all these
got it.
people.
All right, sorry.
So, I was like, okay, well, that's cool. And then I want to get off the phone with him, and then he mentioned something, and I'm like, ooh, I really want that interview. I was like, okay.
I'll kill
How
your
about-
mother.
He said, and then he
Wait,
drops
who's that?
he drops a name, and then I drop a name on him, and he's like,
Ooh,
yeah,
name
I
for
could probably-
name.
he's like, I could probably make that happen. I was like, okay. So I'm a huge fan of the movie The Burbs, and it's got Bruce
Tom
Dern.
Hanks?
In it.
So am I.
Tom
That's
Hanks.
one of my favorites. Yeah. So who is it?
It's Bruce Dern. He was the old guy with the gun and stuff. He was shooting at everything. And this guy was actually a extra in Corey Feldman's like little party people he had there. This guy was an extra, so that's where he met Bruce Dern. But he said Bruce Dern isn't all there these days, so he
He
has
wasn't
his
all
good
there
days and
back
his bad-
then.
Yeah, he said he's got his good days and his bad days.
He was the guy that played like the vet across the street that had like the
Yeah.
the flag
Mm-hmm.
and Corey Feldman
And the
he
hot
hates
wife.
Corey Feldman. Yeah, the hot wife and the dog that shit on his lawn. Yeah. Yeah.
And then he gave me a name that he could probably get on the show that I was like, wow. I was like, that's a big name. Even though he's old now, it's a big name. And he says, I could probably get Richard Dreyfuss to do your show. I was like, Richard Dreyfuss? The Richard Dreyfuss from Jaws
All right.
and Mr. Holland's Orifice and all those other movies? Yeah. He only does a couple a year, but if things go well, I can put him on your show. I was like, all right, well, how about you keep the Richard Dreyfuss and you give me the other name you just said, because that would really make Bishop's day. So I'm in the works of booking an interview with one William Regal. Him and William Regal are
really?
friends, and they talk all the time. So
Oh, cool.
if I could get him on, that's Bishop's favorite wrestler of all time. I thought that would be a good trade-off for Richard Dreyfuss.
I love going through all of these podcast groups and people wondering how this happens. They just get a hold of you, and then you see how easy it is to book people.
You're saying
not
that
always
this
worth
guy
it.
isn't all there? You're saying this guy?
That guy right there isn't all there.
This guy's not all there. Okay. Ain't that something?
Ain't that something? Wow, look at the time. Can we do news?
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
All right.
9 o'clock.
CMP style.
I think there's going to be news.
This is a news update.
Well, we start tonight's news out from Georgia tonight. Not Jersey. The
People
Georgia
confuse the two
area.
all the time.
Huh?
People confuse the two all the time, Jersey and Georgia.
Right. Liberty County officials believe that they were set up on Tuesday when they thought they had a dead body. Around 2 p.m., a sheriff's office detective said officers found the object laying on the side of the railroad tracks. By policy, law enforcement officers, they're not allowed to touch a deceased person. So they went ahead and just covered it up and waited for the coroner to get there. Well, the coroner arrived. Detectives began to check for injuries and immediately discovered that the body was a female sex doll. The doll was anatomically correct with realistic skin and features and was fully dressed, authorities say. And so needless to say, somebody just lost a sex doll or did it on purpose, just to mess with police. Either way, that's how
That's
it
an
rolls in
expensive
Georgia.
prank. Those things are not
Yeah,
cheap.
no kidding, right? Especially if it was like a real doll.
I remember I tried to
Can't
get us
imagine.
one for free one time. It was like
Yeah, I can't imagine
$3,000.
how much that one that Knox has, how much he paid for that. So here's the pickle in the beer thing. So supposedly when you put a dill pickle straight into a crappy beer, it's supposed to make it taste really good.
All right, so you put a dill pickle
Straight
Kosher?
into a
kosher dill. Or
Yeah, I
regular
guess
beer?
I guess that would work either way.
Okay.
Either of them. And I guess it has to do with the pickle juice. And this was a whole article about them trying it out. And it says they recommend a more lighter, more affordable lager to try, kind of like a Natty Light or a PBR. Yeah, so you slap that spear in a beer. They say don't do it with a higher IPA, not the expensive stuff. They say do it with cheap beer. And apparently, and according to these people and some other articles I read, it really does taste good. So I might have to try it at some point. But do you think that falls under one of those things that everything tastes fantastic and is amazing when you're drunk already? You know?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, people drink the Jameson with the pickle juice backer nowadays, and you know, every person is crazy about that. But you know, I don't know about putting a pickle in a beer.
So the first thing I noticed when they popped the pickle in is how much it foamed and it wouldn't stop fizzing. So it's some sort of a science project. It sounds like. It said that they gave it a sip before and after, and definitely made a difference. The beer had a bit of a zip now, similar to how it would taste if you added a lime, basically. Though it's obviously a bit more like brine rather than lime, but I don't know. It's an interesting one to try, and it kind of is pretty popular online
it makes
this
me
week.
Think of like the Clamato. The Clamato is one of those weird combinations as well. That's just like really disgusting.
That's clam juice and tomato juice. I remember having it at Cherries and Sneed's Ferry one time.
Well, yeah, that was after drinking shots of tequila. Chuck was all about,
right.
Oh, you gotta chase it with Clamato juice, but they make beer with the Clamato juice now.
Yeah,
yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah,
nope. So here is a picture of what I would call a dumpster, and that is a bunch of books, supposedly from a school that threw a lot of them away. That entire dumpster full of books. So the way that it is from USA Today headline, by the way, this is dozens.
Oh, jeez.
According to USA Today. I think that's
more than a couple of dozens.
They call it a recycle bin. Also, not a garbage dumpster. To me, that's a dumpster. But anyway, so photos started surfacing on Facebook on July 9th by two separate users who said the bins were full of books.
Here's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Libraries are more and more becoming not a thing for current kids. Like they don't. It isn't about holding giant glossy pages of books in your hands anymore. They're all on tablets.
Right.
So they're taking up a lot of space. With COVID, I don't know how book handling is going to happen with COVID. You know what I mean? Tough to say, man. I think we're going to see a lot of books thrown in dumpsters.
Well, they said there were hundreds and hundreds of books regarding American history, mainly, including Native Americans, foreign nations, far and wide, the Holocaust, and even Mr. Rogers found in the dumpster behind Sunrise Park Middle School.
Mr. Rogers.
They wrote on Facebook, no sign of any fiction books, just nonfiction regarding history, cultures, wars, tyranny, communism, politics, etc. One of the photo featured 25 of the books removed from the recycling bin. Again, USA Today keeps calling it a recycling bin, including, which I guess it could be, but it looks like a garbage dumpster to me. It also showed the book Flag of Our Fathers, Heroes of Tu Iwo Jima. Another one posted similar, so the books looked like they were just thrown out, not like being donated. Of course, the school comes on. They finally were pressured into it after it went viral. And they said, "Oh, we do this. We call it weeding. We recycle and take out things. We tried to donate them, but nobody wanted them.
Nobody wanted any books on communism or fascism.
Old books. I like the way they smell. They got like a musty knowledge smell.
I do miss the old smell of a library.
Yeah, I liked it.
I've been to one in 30 years.
Well, you're the reason why they throw books out then.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
haven't been in 30 years.
30 years.
So these new photos that have made it to the interwebs are quite funny, of none other than Mark Zuckerberg zipping around on his electric surfboard in Hawaii. Here he is surfing. Do you see
Wow.
anything other
Look
than
at
the
the
way
big
he
wave.
has his ass
Do you-
arched out?
Do you
It's,
think he knows something we don't about sunscreen?
That's the point. I mean,
yeah,
it's
man.
caked on there pretty good.
I
SPF
can't-
3000, dude.
I can't believe he went whiteface. I mean, that is very.
I know. I mean, it's completely
Inappropriate.
right.
Have you seen the
Zuckerberg.
videos though of those of the boost fin that you can put onto a surfboard?
No, but I heard they are extremely expensive, and which makes sense. I mean, they say they're about $12,000, called an e-foil board, which allows users to glide above the water. But the other part of this is that earlier this month, native Hawaiian Mia Breer
Are you
launched
sure
a
that was Mark
campaign.
Zuckerberg or a Kabuki?
That's what I was about to
writing
say. Zuckerberg, Kabuki warrior. But
Great
watch
ass.
him riding. There's no waves. How's he standing up?
No.
That looks like a fake picture. There's no waves.
It's electric. It's electric.
Woogie, woogie.
It's electric, so you don't need waves. So earlier this month, this woman launched a campaign because apparently he's snatching up all the land on this island and literally being super greedy, suing locals who own property close to his, so that he could build $100 million estate. Of course, him being the sixth richest man in the world, I guess he can do whatever he wants for the most part. But he is suing native Hawaiians in Kauai. Is that how you say that?
Sure.
For their land, so that he can build his mansion, which is pretty crappy. But the whole whiteface thing it's nuts. I mean,
But I agree with Mikey. Like, listen, if you're not near the surf, right? You're not near the waves,
No, I know.
then it's
I
not really a
understand
surfboard.
But yeah,
Why
but
not?
I mean,
why not take it on a wave and go even crazier
yeah,
with
but
the
you gotta
wave?
think that people go on those surfboard looking things with the one sail and they catch the wind, dude. Kind of the
Wind
same
sailing?
thing. Is
Looks
that
like
what it's
he's on a
called? I have
lake.
no idea.
It's so flat. It looks like a lake.
I know it really does. Well,
I haven't been wind
kind
sailing in 30 years.
we kind of hit on this about the casino, but it's a $300 million casino going to be in Kings Mountain, North Carolina, which is about 40 minutes from here, just outside of Charlotte. A tribe officially confirmed on last Friday, that the plans would be that they would be bringing Vegas-style gambling to the Charlotte area. For those of you who understand who are around gambling everywhere, it's not like that in South Carolina, and certainly isn't like that in North Carolina. The only thing in South Carolina you got is that crappy boat down in Little River. That what was that guy's name that used to go there all the time? The truck driver,
Rick Ward.
Rick Ward. But anyway, so it's kind of a big deal. Groundbreaking happened today. There's a pretty big fight between the Cherokees and the Catawbas. The Catawbas are who are South Carolina based, but doing it in North Carolina. And so it's pretty interesting because, of course, Cherokee, they got all of North Carolina. And now over in Atlanta, they're building a bunch of, all through Georgia, they're building casinos. So they're going to be kind of screwed.
Nice.
And now this one,
Right.
So needless to say,
the one in Cherokee, of course, is Cherokee.
yeah, but I mean, you got to think that's all. Anybody from South Carolina would drive right by there and still have another 2.5 hour drive to Cherokee, and you'd almost always be going right by that area. So I mean, no reason to drive all the way to Cherokee other than it's a beautiful place. So there's that, which is pretty cool. What else we got? Oh, so this is kind of stupid on my part, but as I was a kid going through Disney, I always thought that was the only Golden Girls house there on the tour. Remember that? Over at MGM Studios, as it was called back in the day? No?
I did never see the Golden Girls thing, no.
I did
Wow.
never either.
Really?
Sorry, I don't know where it was.
So so at MGM they had a tour on the tram, and you go through, and that was the tour that they had the explosion where the big gasoline truck comes down towards you and that. But when you're on that tram, you go through where there was a bunch of houses, from Empty Nest to Golden Girls to a bunch of others. They drive you by. Anyways, there actually is a Golden Girls house, though. It's in LA in a very nice neighborhood. It's up for sale for the first time ever. Well, for the first time, I guess, I think they said 60 something years, for $2.999 million.
Wow.
And it was featured on the show, I guess, for the first year the actual Golden Girls house was used, and then it was used for the rest of the seasons, the one that was on Disney property, which I thought was kind of neat.
How can you have never been in a library for the past 30 years, but you go on the tram when you're at MGM instead of rides? That's
But
pretty
that's
impressive.
a great tour. Are you kidding me? That was the best part of that all of MGM. I can't believe you guys had never experienced that.
No,
It's been gone for a
Great.
very long time when it changed from MGM over to whatever it is now,
They had
Disney,
the airport
Hollywood Disney Studios or whatever it is.
Hollywood Studios.
out there.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the time I at MGM Studios. I'll never forget the time I got to go a few minutes before the park closed. I was
Magic
escorted
hour.
in. I was escorted in literally like 10 minutes before closing time. I was escorted in by Disney security right straight to where they do where they're I forget what's in there now. Because I do watch a lot of those YouTube videos. I don't remember exactly what's in that building. But anyways, at the time was Mike Harvey's Super Gold, which was a show when I was younger, first starting in radio, local radio station. I would run the board on Saturday nights for Mike Harvey's Super Gold. And my dad somehow set it up so I got to meet him on a Saturday night while he was doing a show, which back then, being nationally syndicated on a million stations was like a huge deal, you know.
Right.
And I got to watch him do a syndicated show that was going out to, I think at the time it was like 65 or 70 different radio stations.
Did
Live.
he remember you? Like, hey, you run the board for me, right?
Well, he knew
you were.
no,
you worked-
he just
you worked
he
for
was there
him.
to give me he was there to give me a tour and stuff, and I got to sit there for a while, and I was in there for a while. It was really cool to watch.
Did you guys smoke cigarettes or anything?
No, I don't think so.
That could have been a big deal right then.
I mean, I'm sure I
Sure.
smoked then, and that probably was a trip. One thing my family laughs about so much is one time at security getting through, I didn't realize there was foil on cigarette packs that would set it off, and I had a pack of cigarettes. I was probably 15, I don't know, 14, 15.
Oh
And
my
it kept
God.
going off, and I wouldn't take it out of my pocket. Well, it was a pack of Marlboro Lights. I took it out. My grandfather, everybody was right there watching this too, by the way. I take out that pack of Marlboro Lights, and I chuck it over to the, oh man, I was pissed. Because, you know, at that age, it's not easy getting cigarettes, you know, and then being on vacation, it's not like I could just steal them out of my dad's Thunderbird parked out there, you know.
So how did you start smoking? Let's find this out.
I would steal cigarettes from my dad. I mean, that's
All right, so your dad was a smoker,
yeah.
and you're like, look, my dad is the coolest guy I know,
I
and
don't
if
know.
he's smoking,
I don't know why.
so am I. At what
I mean-
age did you start smoking?
Oh God, I don't know. I have
Come
no
on,
idea,
guess.
honestly.
Just a
If I had to
guess.
guess, probably 14, 15 at least, maybe younger. I don't know. I would think around there though.
We need to do a poll of our listeners and viewers of how many of them smoke versus don't smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
That'd be interesting.
Oh yeah, Holly, the Orlando Magic game. That was a big deal. Her and I took her.
You smoked at the Orlando Magic game?
You gave
No.
Holly a cigarette at the game?
No, I did not.
a social smoker.
I smoked a cigarette when I was a junior in high school.
That's
And the
what I
head
did.
rush-
I was
the head
a social
rush-
smoker.
Go ahead. I smoke 2 packs a day because I live with my mom. I mean, she smoked all the time with the windows closed,
Yes,
the doors
how come you
closed.
didn't? How come you never?
It was disgusting. I was like, this is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I'll never touch a
Oh, but
cigarette.
It's so relaxing though. Bishop
smells
smoked one time.
bad.
Didn't you smoke a Newport one time, or stole a cigarette or something from?
No. No.
Okay.
I,
it's just wondering.
Did you say I stole a cigarette from you? Is that
Yeah, I thought
snuck into your
I
room.
thought one really, really drunk night you stole one and threw a maybe that was Knox. I don't know. I have a bad memory. It's all them
Trivia.
cigarettes.
What were
threw
the
what?
cigarettes that I smoked? Does anyone remember what I smoked?
Ugh. Oh yes.
was
Hold
fun.
on. Hold on. Nobody say anything. It was those Indian Natural, the yellow pack or the
No.
green. They were
Virginia
I didn't smoke
Slim.
those.
yeah. They
You're
were
thinking
the,
of you're thinking of the spirit ones, whatever the hell it was. It was it's not that though. That wasn't what I smoked. I smoked Parliament Lights.
I was
Parliament
close. That's at
Lights,
Paul Malls.
Right.
What a old
Parliaments.
person cigarette. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no
like
kidding.
that's like something
That's-
every old person smokes.
And my
Right.
hangovers when I was smoking were far
Mhm.
worse than my hangovers when I wasn't smoking.
That's kinda
Way worse. Way
Did you
worse.
ever get caught smoking Creed and you got punished, or like was your dad like
yeah.
chip off the?
Oh no, of course.
He's like, hey, can I bum a smoke, dude?
I got caught all the time. I had a fort down the hill where I hid them underneath the. God forbid it rained. I was too stupid to wrap them in anything.
Fort smoke a lot.
Yeah, go down there in the fort and smoke them, dude. I got to continue. Got a couple more things to get to. Generation Z has updated the fake ID. It's a little bit different now in the COVID-19 era. They are hitting up liquor stores dressed as elderly grandmothers, wearing coronavirus face masks and wearing like Halloween outfits.
That's actually brilliant.
Oh, I know. It really is. Here is one. And by the way, they're taking to TikTok to, do everything about it. They're getting millions of views, by the way, people following the story as to how they can, these teens can go in and buy alcohol legitimately. This one takes it to another level here. Where she's got a, she's dressed to the nines there. I mean, she came through a line. I was working at a gas station. I wouldn't even think twice.
Especially if you color the couple strands of hair gray on the front of her hair.
Oh,
they
yeah.
probably wouldn't even.
Yeah. Yep. So that's your thing. And
people just give a shit. They're like, whatever.
It's coronavirus. Drink all you want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that what you think?
I think so.
But anyways, yeah, they're really getting popular on the old TikTok, apparently. One video has over 2 million that shows a young woman rocking her gray wig, glasses, and an old person Halloween costume mask with her surgical mask and gloves on. She seems to be an innocent old lady. The clip shows the girl returning from the mart with cans of Four Loko in tow. The guy.
Yeah.
This is kind of funny. A drink mix company is offering a bailout for entrepreneurs in a seasonal industry hit very hard by the coronavirus pandemic. That would be the lemonade stand workers.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Country Time announced the Littlest Bailout program that will distribute $100 checks to kids under the age of 14 whose lemonade stand plans were foiled by the coronavirus COVID-19 deal. They say, we know this will be a rough summer for lemonade stands, and if the big guys are getting bailed out, why shouldn't we help the little entrepreneurs get the same treatment? So $100 each. You got to get your application in for the bailout checks from Country Time. They'll be accepted through August 14th.
I sent mine off today for my son. That's what I did before the show. I made a lemonade stand and didn't tell him what I was doing. I said, just come out here, son. And
What'd you make it out of cardboard just for the $100 check?
Out of business.
No, I took like this board and just wrote James's lemonade. Yeah,
did you write like
backwards?
E backwards or something?
Yeah, backwards
Like
letter.
real legit.
No, well, I run out of space for the whole word lemonade. So it says lemon, and then there's a dash, and then it says aid.
Can we get a picture of that at some point, please? Now, it doesn't have to be tonight, but I'd like you to share that at some point. I'm sure it's great.
Yeah.
One more real quick thing on the CNB News at 9. The owners of an Oklahoma restaurant said a 300-pound pig statue was stolen from the outside of the eatery, and it has been returned weeks later, apparently missing an ear.
Oh.
The people think that they stole. Does this make sense? The owner was on this news story, and he comes on and he says, "I'm pretty sure they had a forklift to get this pig out of here." Like, do you think that? I mean, couldn't a bunch of people carry a 300-pound pig, or no? Would that be more of a?
Two people could carry a 300.
Kind of what I was. Kind of what
I'm
I was
sure
thinking. I mean,
me and Bishop could pick up a 300-pound pig.
That's what I was thinking because the guy was
Especially
pretty
if we had a few
adamant.
drinks. Whoa.
He was pretty adamant about the people having that. I don't know. It's kind of weird. If we have time later tonight, I'd like to talk about Cuomo's new thing where you got to sit. You can't just go to a bar and drink anymore. You have to order food. Actually, if we got 2 seconds, I can show you these things. Let me just so we finish this up completely. So Cuomo in New York says you cannot just go and sit down at a bar and order beer. You have to be eating food or consuming food, whatever. And some of the menus, like this one from Handshakes Bar and Grill, they have the Tappan Zee onion rings for $1, Cuomo fries for $1, a few chips off your shoulder for $1. The Cuomo's unnecessary obligated menu options. But this one takes it a little bit further. And this is from the Lafayette in Buffalo, New York. And this is their $1 value menu. House chips, chips made in house for $1. You can get a piece of meat, one piece of our sliced, I can't read that, meat, chef's choice. Try substituting for a piece of cheese, also chef's choice for $1. Grapes, just a few grapes. Not sure of the color for $1. Smallest piece of cheesecake in Buffalo. Literally the smallest piece of cheesecake you'll ever see. You can have 9 French fries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 French fries for $1. And last but not least, a handful of croutons. House-made croutons, a whole handful for $1.
Well, that's a good menu.
So
I'd probably buy a couple of those cheesecakes.
Yeah, why not? But they are the world's smallest one in Buffalo.
But
I mean,
I'm going to make more money.
So just keep in mind, if you go doing any drinking in New York, if you go and just not order food and try to drink, you'll get Corona. If you go and you order food, you're fine.
It's looking for you.
In mind. So that's the CNB News at 9, a little extended version. Yeah, I did enjoy those menus. There's a lot of them online that are pretty damn funny. And I have not been keeping up with chat. I am so sorry.
So do you have to, does it have to equal out, for every drink? Do you have to have a?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I kind of think that, like, if you go and sit at a bar, you either has to. Yeah, I think there is a
2 drinks per one.
Yep, I'm not sure, but I do believe that there is something like that. Yeah. All right, so the time tonight. Oh yeah, go ahead. What do you find in a picture?
Well, yeah, I got the photo, but apparently they only allow 1 per household. So to get my daughter in on the game,
use a different name.
We're going to use
Mikey's got some Columbia House names for you.
Yeah. Well, we're just going to use a different address. So, Mikey, if we send it to your address, you can keep $10.
Oh no, he's already got 6 of them filled out. What are you kidding me, Bo? He's got it all.
I've got a bunch of people. I can send one to his house, one here. That's so good, by the way. I love that.
That's so fake, by the way. If only I was the people that had to say, no.
Oh, you don't think
good shot.
Who made the sign?
I made the sign.
Of course he did.
How did you run out of space for lemonade?
Because your James so big. And look how big the L&E is.
Yeah. So I run out of space. So
where's that? On your back patio?
Well, I did it initially against the fence over there, but James was being a pussy and kept his eyes squinted the whole time. I said, James, open your eyes. Open your eyes.
I like that you have chosen to use the red, a little bit smaller solo cups at least.
You used all of his blue crayon.
Yeah.
It looks like chalk. Is that chalk or crayon?
That's crayon. Hi,
nice. Brandon, happy hump day to you.
Great job.
Thank you.
What an awful thing to say.
What is awful to say?
I feel like I was unintentionally dickish when I said that, but I thought I was for what great job.
You've been a giant dick the last few days.
Is everything okay, Knox?
Yeah, are you okay?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Because we've been worried about you. I mean, I literally had to. Seriously, boys, I had to. Was it today or yesterday that I literally sent one of those, "Hey, what's up? Everything okay?" messages.
On me. It was fine. Why? Because I didn't come on for Monday's.
No, I know you're not coming on for that. I hadn't heard anything from you.
Look, Knox, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad, man. Look, Monday night, I got done doing an interview, and I laid in my bed, and I lit at the ceiling. And I said, you know what? That was probably one of the best interviews I've ever done.
Shut up.
And then I wake up and
you have to take it down. The shadow is like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, dude, I swear I thought it was good. I had the best time.
That's because you were blacked out in rage. It was like you were literally raping the microphone. It was like, you know what I mean? It was like pent up sexual rage. He was ready to kick some ass.
Oh,
and it went in over an hour of me
he had to go. He went and cried in the shower.
I turned it on long enough to watch Mikey get into it with her about having her ride Ronald McDonald's face,
Mhm.
and that was when I jumped out. But
that was the first 2 minutes, Knox.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so I was unaware, and to go back, listen, everything was fine. I wasn't trying to be extra quiet. I traveled and disconnected from my phone a little bit.
Right,
and
right.
And that was it. Nothing to worry about. And then before that, I misunderstood. We had that exchange over the commercial.
You've been misunderstanding a lot of things lately, Knox.
Yeah, I know. I apologize. Sometimes I can be touchy, sensitive.
Yeah, no kidding.
Sensitive, but sometimes you could be a dick, and it comes out of me. So sometimes it is provoked.
That's why it works.
Let's not forget that. Let's not forget that part.
Yes, but in the last week though, I haven't been a dick, and you have really come after me. But it's okay because I am a dick sometimes. Yeah, so it works. So coming up, we still got the mailbag. We've got this thing with the cartoons, which I'm looking forward.
We'll
to
never get to that. By the way, there's
you don't
no
think
way.
so?
Nah.
Why
it's
not?
9:30, and we got to do mailbag right now.
No, Bishop has a story, so I can go smoke.
Yeah, Bishop does have a story. Go ahead, Bish. You said something's going on with the lady in her car.
Smoke break story with Bishop. All right. Now Knox is checking his phone. Oh my God.
I'm listening.
I may be the creepy guy, but I'm listening.
I am listening. I gotta be stuck with the mic rapist. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways,
the mic rapist. Is that what you're calling me?
No, that's what he called me. Creed said I raped the mic.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Yeah. All right.
What did you call me, you son of a bitch?
I like how he says, I haven't been on edge. And he hears someone say something inappropriate. He thinks they're talking about him.
Dude, listen, hold on. Before you go on, before you go, listen, number one, do not gaslight me, because here's the thing. You guys, not right this second, but in general, I'm constantly taking shit. So if I have a reaction,
somebody's starting a fight in here. I want to go out and smoke a cigarette. What's the deal?
If I have a reaction like that, sometimes if I'm on edge from something else myself, yeah, I'll be a little jumpy because I constantly get with all the time. That's all. There's no hate. Peace and love. Now tell us your fucking story.
Jesus.
What happened? What is your problem? Do we have to all hang out afterwards and have a little intervention with our knockies?
No.
Are you sure?
No, not at all.
Look, one of y'all are calling this one. I called the last one.
You handled the last one. All right, I'm going to smoke. Tell your story. Knox, calm down.
All right. I'll make sure I don't say anything that Knox can misconstrue I'm saying about him.
Okay.
All right. So anyways, as I was saying, Creed goes and smokes and leaves me with this Knox fuck and Mikey. And all right. So
what day is it? Came in out of nowhere.
He cues it up with his phone. All right.
Oh boy. Go ahead.
So in the thing there, Mikey, in the little what's coming up tonight, you said it was the same lady that asked me about my dog's poop. It's a different lady.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've talked to this lady once. She has a little a daughter, like a 2-year-old. And I've seen her in the pool before, and I've seen them, walking in and out. But she's the lady that has the very loud Acura.
Okay.
She has 2 Acura sports utility vehicles. One looks okay, but it's loud as hell. You've heard it here on the show, and it's like the loudest belt ever. And she has another one that like the paint job's falling all apart, but it's like it's not that old. I don't know. She has the 2 crappiest Acura sports utility vehicles you've ever seen. So I'm walking my dog. This was 2 days ago now. So I'm walking my dog, and I see her back tire is completely flat, like completely flat, right? So I walk my dog, let him poop in the neighborhood without picking it up, and then I take him back, and I walk across the street, and I knock on the door, and I'm like, just waiting, And the other Acura pulls up, and she says, "Hey, you looking for me?" I turn around, I say, "Hey." And I've talked to this one before, so it's not like I'm a complete stranger. I said, I see your tire's flat. She said, yeah, I was going to use Fix-A-Flat in it and, go get a new tire. I was like, the Fix-A-Flat will never fill up a tire that big. I was like, do you have a spare tire? If you do, I'll change it for you. And she said, yeah, I do. It's underneath. She's like, you don't have to do that. I was like, it's totally fine. And also keep in mind, too, this lady, I don't know if she's pregnant, but she looks pregnant, right? Okay. So I didn't want to say, well, you have a small
you got a bundle of joy on the way.
And you're pregnant.
You
so
have a marsupial type look to you.
Right. So she's like,
kangaroo.
She's like, okay, yeah, sure. I'm going to park my car and go in and get my keys, and I'll be back out. I'm like, okay, cool. So I go inside my house. I go get a towel. I come back out, and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting. I'm like, damn. I figured this lady would be out here by now. So I walk across the street, and I knock on the door, and nothing. I'm like, I come back in. I tell my wife, I'm like, hey, that lady, I told her I'd change her tire out for her. She is not answering the door. And my wife was like, well, maybe she had to go poop or something. I don't know. So I'm like, okay. So I wait a little bit, a few minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes, if that. Go back over there and I knock on the door again. And nothing. And this time I ring the doorbell. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, does this lady not want me to change her tire? Why'd she say she's going to go get her key? Right? So I walk back over. I tell my wife, I'm like, I'm kind of concerned. This lady is not answering the door. There's no sound inside the house.
Bishop thinks maybe she's gone into labor. Who knows?
I don't know, right? My wife was like, Are you gonna go knock again? I'm like, I'll wait a few minutes. I was like, because I don't want the lady to come over like 40 minutes from now when it's getting dark. I don't want to be in the dark, change this fucking lady's tire. Like, I want to do it now. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go knock in a few more minutes. And my wife was like, don't knock. That'll be creepy. It'll seem like you're stalking her. I'm like, I'm not stalking this lady. I'm trying to do something nice for her. And she's like, she's dodging me. Like, just say.
After 2, I'd just leave.
Right.
Yeah, I would never went back.
And then my wife was like, well, what if you leave a note? I was like, I'm not going to leave a note.
That's creepy.
Definitely creepy. Like, hey, I come by to change your tire. Give me a call. Or, I was like, I'm not leaving a note.
While you're at it, can I change your goddamn exhaust, please?
Right.
Yeah.
So
tighten up those belts for you, dude.
I wait like 10 minutes or maybe longer. Because my thing is this, is like I said, I don't want to wait forever. And then the lady comes over 2 hours later, knocks on the door. It's like, oh, I'm ready for you to open, to change the tire. I want to do the shit now. Now I'm like, man, I wish I hadn't even said anything.
Yeah, you're regretting it at this point.
Right. Now it's a job when I was trying to do something nice. So I wait a few more minutes, 10 minutes or so. And I open the door up and I see the door is cracked. The front door is cracked. And then I see a guy walk to another car and walk inside. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let that guy get inside the house. I'm not gonna follow him over there. And then I'll go knock on the door because I know he'll be close enough. He can hear the door. And if he doesn't answer, they're basically saying, fuck you. So I knock on the door and the guy opens the door just a little bit. He's like, I've never seen this guy before. Right. I didn't know there was a guy there. He might've been there the whole time. I don't know. So I'm like, hey, I talked to the lady that lives here and her tire's flat. So I told her I would switch the tire out for her. But if she doesn't need me to do that, I will. I'm not worried about it. She had mentioned something about using Fix-A-Flat. If she doesn't need any help, that's totally fine. He's like, yeah, I think she's just going to use the Fix-A-Flat. I was like, okay, man, take it easy. So I walk back over and I'm like, this fucking lady wasted my time. Like, what do you think?
You went and hid in the house.
And that's why you don't talk to your neighbors and just keep it. Never tell them you'll help them. It's a lot easier because then you avoid that kind of shit. That's ridiculous.
But my thing is like, do you think like either two things happen? The first thing is probably the most believable. Is she was like, oh, you don't have to do that, and I was like, no, it's no problem. She's like, okay, I'll go get my keys, and in her head she's like, fuck this guy, I don't need this guy's help. Or two,
you gotta wonder why she was hiding out from you.
Right.
You must have given her some creepy Knox vibes or something.
Yeah.
Good chance. Good chance.
This guy's wanting an HJ for my for changing the tire. I bet you.
Yeah, like
Son of a bitch.
I got closer and leaned in.
I changed your tire.
How is your daughter?
You need me to come inside and help you with the keys.
Do you need any plumbing work?
Thoughts on
Are you in
bartering?
there?
It also, listen,
Hello?
it didn't help, huh? It didn't help that I was dressed like the guy from Poltergeist. Just let me in. Just let me
Just
in your house.
keeping in the windows.
So do you think, like, one, the lady was like, this guy, fuck this guy. I don't want this person helping me. Or two, do you think the guy was inside the house the whole time? Because that car was in front of the house. It didn't have a parking pass. I should have brought
Yeah,
it down.
probably the guy pulled the whole, don't let another man, do
Right.
that. I'll take care of it. All you got to do is fix it flat. And then if not, I'll take care of it. Probably.
Right. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And she
So-
probably knew that he couldn't take care of it. And then he got pissed because that would be my guess. And then she doesn't want to confront you about it.
It was a cuckold situation. You cuckolded him.
So now it's been 2 days and still sitting in the same place with a flat tire. So do I steal her parking pass and then call the tow company and say there's a car here without a pass
That would
to
be
get it
cheap.
out of the way?
That would be a good play. But now you just said it on here. So there's.
Oh, they're not
you,
watching.
you just complain and say, there's some car over here that the tire's been flat for weeks. I mean, it's a real eyesore. I thought that we weren't supposed to be working on cars in front of our house.
I like that.
They're working on.
Do you think that she had anything to do with your car getting towed that time?
Oh no, she was long gone. She wasn't here before that. So yeah, no, it's not like a revenge thing. It's just
Just a dick thing, just to be a dick.
yeah.
I understand.
So
What a bitch.
Yeah, what a bitch. How dare she?
how dare she not accept my offers of changing her tire?
When she said no, that's okay. You should have been like, all right. That'd been it.
problem.
Because it didn't. It
No,
turned into
no.
a situation.
Really, take my help.
Yeah.
Take it.
I'm pretty sure you want me to change that tire, don't you? Yeah, let me go get the keys to the tire. I'll be right back.
You thought you could fix it with that can of stuff, but I'm here to tell you that you can't. Can I change your tire for you?
She said,
Never mind the color of it. It's such a crazy, all you were trying to do is be a good Samaritan.
What if, like, 2 weeks from now, if I see her, I'm like, hey, you still need me to change that tire?
have you seen her outside at all since then?
I don't think so. No.
Is there a
She's
chance
scared.
that guy killed her?
Possibly.
I mean, let's face it. It's better with the car sitting there with a tire, so you don't have to listen to that.
You guys have yards, right? Over there?
Not really.
Front yards. Not front
really.
yards.
Postage stamp in the front.
Yeah.
Got a nice sized
What's going
backyard
on?
though.
What's going on in her front yard? You mentioned that earlier. What was it? What's the scene out front?
What do you mean? There's no
Like-
scene out front. There is no scene. It's a sidewalk.
Oh,
There's
okay.
like, yeah.
It's a rave.
Yeah. It's a
She
ring.
holds raves.
It's a great scene.
There was like a driveway there with like old beat up cars in it or something, or a car on
I don't
cinder
think
block.
there's not room in that little area for that
No.
at all. All right, let's jump over and do this.
You got some, you got some, you got some mail. Mailbag! I got mail! Yay! I got mail!
Yay, I had to use the other one because I can't find the other one in the Facebook Messenger, dude.
The other one.
Anyways. Yeah, I have one that Knox fixed and put a bunch of melodic, very tiring, sleepy music attached to it.
With a clean special ed. That's right.
Yeah, with a clean special ed, but I can't go back that far in the goddamn messages to find it in Facebook
You want to start
Messenger.
over with it? You want to start over? You want to do it again?
Send
No.
it over, dude.
It's fine. I was going to request it, but no. Fellas,
Fella.
is ramen noodles an awesome choice for a surprise dinner for a date?
Is what?
That Zach from Twitch.
Ramen noodles.
Well, that you got to define which ones though.
The kind at a restaurant or the kind at home?
Yeah, I mean
Probably
that's
at
a
home.
much different thing.
It's definitely going to be a surprise. I mean, you say surprise dinner. That is a surprise. You're having ramen.
Do you have your sweatshirt on still?
Take it off and come on in.
Take it off and come on in, Mikey said.
The pervert.
Come in and show it off.
Was that a yes
Perfect
on her belly
time.
button ring? She has one, right? No?
No, she does not. Jesus, don't be so creepy.
Who's being creepy?
Nothing. Knox says, look at this that we found at the Goodwill the other day, though.
Oh,
Hey!
Isn't that a great hoodie?
that's off of wish.com if I've ever seen it.
Oh,
Where'd
I
you
know,
find
right?
it? At the flea market?
At the Goodwill.
Goodwill. Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yep. Thanks.
I mean, I did
Anyways,
something like that
we're done
once
here.
for a date.
What, with
I
ramen
started
noodles?
dating. No, I started dating Mrs. Mayhem, and I told her, I was like, yeah, I can cook. And I was only like 17 years old, and I was not a very good cook. She was 15. She came over to the house. I said, what kind of food do you like? She's like, Mexican. So I went out and I bought 4 microwave like enchilada meals and put them in a pan and then covered
Made
them
it
with
look-
cheese
Did you
and
make
put
it
it
look
in
like-
the oven.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Boy, I bet that was disgusting.
It was awful. Awful.
So
But,
if
you know,
you're
I tried.
talking about grabbing a pot and throwing in the noodles and then the salty spice packet, dude, I don't think that's very good for a date. But there are some nice ramen noodles. There's some nice noodle bars now. That's kind of a thing now.
I
You
tried
should get
sushi
into one.
today. Hey, I tried sushi today for the first time.
They deliver
Really?
that?
No, my son bought some over at the Sam's Club where they make it right there in front of you.
What kind did you have, Mikey?
It was a California roll.
Right,
Oh, that's for okay. That's a good wading in. You can wade into it with that, I suppose.
It
That,
was so good.
there is, I don't know if it's still there, but Bish took me to a sushi place in Wilmington one time. I remember eating and being pissed because they didn't have anything else on the menu but sushi.
Was that the place
But-
where I fell asleep, Bish? When we were out eating with
Probably.
you know what I'm talking about? Like way back?
Did you
Yes.
fall asleep or did you pass out from drinking all day and night?
I
Which
passed
is
out.
different.
The pass out. Yeah.
Definitely passed out.
Yeah.
Great
Uh,
sushi though. The sushi was so good.
I remember
mean,
it was a real small hole in the wall, not far from
Yeah.
Barbary Coast, I believe.
Yeah.
And I remember they had that. What is it called? Edamame. How do you say that?
Edamame.
Edamame. It was the first time I'd ever had that, and that was good. And then some sort of a was it like a? It was like a salad, like a cucumber salad. There, like I don't know why. I don't know why I remember that. That's so random. Out of all the
I
good
didn't
meals
want to
I've
eat that.
had.
It was like
Yeah. I can't remember who we were with, but yes,
fall into my food. Did I fall into my food?
yes, you did. Yeah. I thought he was messing around.
He's doing
Pass
a
out
bit.
face first.
Oh,
Face
yeah.
first into the food.
He goes. He's down like this, and he puts his hands up, and so I'm like, okay, clearly he's awake.
It was bad. It was a bad scene.
Then he goes down so far that he goes into the food for a second, and I'm like, is he messing around or is this for real? I don't know if this is a joke or if this is for real.
Was it just you and him?
No, we're with someone. Who are we with?
Yeah.
I
Was it
think-
Claire?
Claire
I
Bear?
think it was. I think it might have been Claire.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Well, that
Yeah,
sounds like
that
a
was-
normal Monday or a Tuesday for Knox.
That
You
was
know, for
when,
us, it's-
That was
my
in the
son.
middle of camp season, dude, and I was home for a random weekend. Is what it was. I forgot what it was.
Rager. That scene on the sidewalk was a rager, I tell you.
this is my friend Knox. He passes out in his miso soup.
No. I had ordered a second round of whatever that roll was. I got a second one. We'd already paid, and I ordered another one and another drink. And that's that did not end up well at all. I don't remember walking out of there.
Well,
I'm sure you don't
walked out at
remember.
some point.
Sure, you don't remember
Yeah.
walking out of a lot of places back
No,
in
you
the
know.
day.
Or
So,
walking in.
so Mikey, so just one test of a roll.
Yeah, I
Is that
ate
it?
one. Just one piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. Surprisingly. Because I don't like fishy tasting things, and this wasn't fishy.
Yeah, no, I know, and that's scary to me. Brandon says that's a weak roll, but it's a good start, one to start with.
Like I said,
Are you
waiting.
gonna? So now, are you looking forward to experiencing more of what the sushi has to offer?
I'm considering it. I will look a little more into it.
I have always
Come to
heard.
town, Mike. There's a place I used to
He
go
knows
for
a
my-
guy.
Can I
I
pass
know
out
that.
in it?
Yes, you can pass out in it.
All right.
And have you ever heard of Mike Harvey, the Mike Harvey Show?
No, I haven't.
Well, he
Super
actually
gold.
makes sushi at this place. I'll introduce you. So,
Oh.
no,
Bring in after hours.
there's like it's really good. It's not like crappy, like all you can eat sushi. But the catch is, there's other things all you can eat too. But they bring it, you order it off your menu. It's not a buffet, right?
Okay.
But the catch is the way that they get you.
Is there a catch?
There is a catch. The catch is,
What's the catch?
here's the catch. If it's like a basic roll, like for every roll that you don't eat, it's 75 cents. Okay. So you pay like $25 to do all you can eat sushi and different stuff, but mostly you go for the sushi. But if you order rolls that you don't eat, it's 75 cents for like a normal roll, right? And if it's a specialty roll, they charge you $1.50 per roll.
Oh my God.
So you have to eat, so that way you don't order a bunch of shit that you
I
don't
get that,
want.
but are they like watching for like hawks though? Because that could be really annoying.
No, I mean the waitress comes by often to make sure that you're
1, 2, 3, 4.
Listen, I don't want to sound like a Debbie Downer here, but I don't know if I would ever try a
$8.
$25 all-you-can-eat sushi.
well, yeah, it's like that's lunch, $25 lunch.
But it's good though.
It's good. Yeah, it's good. It's not like this is like not like a at a buffet. It's at like an actual restaurant, but that's just something that they offer.
Do you not get crab with that?
What was the name of the place, bitch, that we went to downtown? Nikki's.
Yeah,
good place. Still there?
So
Yeah, I'm right here.
So yeah, we're both here. So to answer your question, take your date out to get sushi at a $25 sushi place, not ramen noodles.
There you go.
That's right.
And
Thanks
that
for bringing
was
it back in, Papa.
that was one message in the mailbag. So you might be right about this cartoon thing.
4 more to go in 9 minutes. 8 minutes.
I like that. Mikey was like, "Man, I don't know what we're gonna do for the show tonight. We're not gonna have anything to talk about."
Got pretty packed. And then, of course, as soon as we get on the air, it's like, hurry up, wrap it up. It's time to go. The minute we get on the air.
Keep it moving, dude.
It's about time. It's done. CB Show email, by the way. I didn't even say that in the beginning. CB Show email at gmail.com is how you can get a hold of us. And, of course, through any of our social medias. And we always pass it on into the mailbag. Hello, Creedence and Bishop.
Hi.
Hello.
What does it mean when a stray dog at night is stalking you? Does it mean that it wants to kill you? Thanks. That's from Daniel in Texas. I don't think I've ever... I mean, I'm sure I've had a dog follow me before, not in particularly at night, but I don't
I've
know.
been
Maybe
chased
it's not
by
a
a dog.
maybe it's not a dog.
No, it was during the day. The dog's name was Rimshot. Chased me down the street, had to jump a fence. I became impaled on the chain link fence and ripped a hole in my side.
Oh, wow.
True story.
Really?
Crazy.
Upside down.
Jesus.
No, I got hung on the fence and then I basically dropped off of it and had ripped 2 holes into my side. But dogs are scary, especially at night. I mean, if you're ever walking anywhere alone, you hear a dog bark off in the distance, that could be very terrifying.
We have, because we're kind of in the woods a little bit or close enough to hear the coyotes or whatever they are that make the really weird noises. The real loud. Have you guys ever heard that? Like a mating call of a coyote or a fox? I don't know the difference.
I see them in my yard all the time
Baby
now.
laughing.
Yeah, it's really, really freaky, especially late at night. And the other thing that scares the hell out of me here is every once in a while, like because I'm a fat ass and I wake up with leg cramps all the time. And I'll go outside and smoke a cigarette and just walk back and forth on the porch. Well, I'll pace it off like KNOX at his old house. But every once in a while,
Have a doctor.
the deer, I haven't been to the doctor in as long as I haven't been to a library.
Jesus. He's gonna drop dead on one of his nights on the show.
Yeah, well, it happens. We all die. But yeah, every once in a while, the deer will come walking through the yard, and that scares the hell out of me because some of them are very big, and you just don't expect it, But anyways,
dangerous.
haven't had a dog come through. Oh, I did have a dog right after we moved in. Was a giant dog with a Very, very, very long chain with lots of I'm so pissed too. It's right after I planted a bunch of flowers, and there's this dog out there, and he has accumulated like 15 pounds of wood while he's been running through the woods, and now he's going through lawns, and it's all stuck and wadded up in the chain, so it's like all over my flowers and stuff. I was really pissed. But I wasn't scared.
But I don't think it means that a dog wants to kill you. It just probably just wants a home,
or wants to mate.
Or he's a shapeshifter.
Ooh, shapeshifter! I like that.
Next up on the mailbag, hello guys. I have a question. Since I have been locked up with my girlfriend for 4 months now, I have noticed that she does some really odd and annoying shit. While she is eating anything, she has to smell it beforehand, before she takes a bite, and during the meal, I can see her smell food between bites sometimes. She takes the food right to her nose with her hands. It drives me crazy. Am I overreacting or what? That from RP from the Grand.
Why would you smell? I mean, that would be very annoying. I would get annoyed at that.
Smelling
every bite.
You smell food when you eat. I mean, that's part of the experience. So,
yeah, but
that is kind of weird.
Sniffing every bite
in between each bite.
Maybe
like
it's
right,
right
to her nose.
You'll enjoy that, and Bish, you might remember my ex who used to eat like she was eating out of a trough, basically every
Steve
meal.
Nash.
Yeah. It was just it's like she was stuck in high school, and you had 15 minutes to eat a huge bowl of gruel.
If I recall, she often had things hanging out of her mouth over the plate. It was like out of her mouth.
That's
hanging.
bad. Now that probably annoyed me.
We were sitting
probably
on your couch, and I look over, and you would be watching the TV in your chair. I'd be sitting on the couch. Yep. And I remember how you used to sit in that chair. So Creed didn't just sit with like his legs down in front.
I sit in this chair with a leg up like this.
Yeah, you always got the. It's not Indian style. It's like you got the legs up off the floor.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, he was doing prep, but no, I was sitting next to her on the couch, and she was, and it was all hanging off of her face.
I believe that. I believe that because I remember I used to say things because it was like she was like literally eating out of a trough, which is like just. But smelling food
or something, yeah.
Smelling food ahead of time, that's just kind of weird. I mean, I've done that here and there for certain things. I'm sure Mikey did before he ate his Sam's Club Walmart brand sushi.
I did. I smelled it.
You got to. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah,
it would scare me. Have you guys ever eaten sushi that literally does smell a lot? You know, that's like really on that edge of like.
You don't want it to smell like fish. Well, like fishy smell isn't good. There's an odor, but it's not fish you want to smell.
But do you just go for it anyways and trust it, or do you like send it back?
We're still talking about fish here, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You just go for it.
Not
just
the dumpster grill.
Send it back, dude.
Yeah, I think that's pretty weird. But I mean, what are you going to do? Are you going to say something about that? I mean, you're going to call her out on it? You know, it's kind of her thing. And
I noticed that besides the Oreos, right, which I have taken a beating for years, you know, because
that's weird. Bishop literally will go and grab a snack, and he'll put on gloves, and he'll dip his Oreos with his gloves.
Role play, Bish. Ready? All right. I'm her that's eating the food, and you're him, and we're eating, and you've had enough, and you're gonna tell me to stop smelling the food.
Okay.
Okay, it's where you go. Here we go. So get in a character.
Can you slap him? Do you think that's how it is? Like before every bite?
Oh, so good. This is so good.
And on to the next.
Here, smell it, honey. Just smell it, honey.
Smell my finger.
CMB, what's your favorite movie quote ever?
You didn't do it.
We don't have time, Knox. You just did that for 4 minutes of eating.
I was waiting for him to tell me to stop. It was a role play.
4 minutes of
It
fake
was a
eating.
role play.
No more role playing, Knox. We have things to do.
What the fuck, dude? Come on.
Come on.
I was playing it as the boyfriend. I was going to talk to you after your meal. That's where I was taking my kid.
When you're laying in bed, he's going to take you out back.
Tell me in the middle. That was the setup. We set it all up. It was there.
I decided to go off the cuff, though. I just gave you looks of disappointment, and then I was going to talk to you after the meal.
In private, where that slapping has to take place now in private. Can't do that in the middle of a restaurant.
Right.
Shit.
Great role play, girls.
Insane.
Great role play. What is your favorite movie quote ever? Mine is "After all, now is all we have." Sword for truth. That from Marcus on Facebook.
I've never even heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
I don't know. Weird. What is that? A movie? Sword for truth? I mean, it has to be if it's a movie quote, right?
You would think. Bishop, favorite movie quote?
Oh,
I mean, you got to think, do you want to go obscure or do
Right.
you want to go like mainstream, like, a quote from like Airplane or something like that? There's tons of quotable lines in that. Shirley
I'll
must
say-
be kidding. No, I'm not. Quit calling me Shirley.
Quit calling me Shirley. Today's the wrong day to quit drinking. Today's the wrong day to quit, blah, blah, blah.
Sniffing glue.
Glue.
Yeah.
I'll go with this movie quote. Let me tell you what Like a Virgin's about.
Oh, that is a good one. Yeah. That's a good one. I would say,
What
white
is that?
bitch,
What
give
is
me
that
some
from?
JoJo.
That was from Reservoir Dogs. Yeah, yours is good too.
White bitch, give me some JoJo. You want me to rape you? You want me to take it from you? Thank you. Blood in, blood out. Bound by honor.
That one's got a lot of quotes though that we do, like
Highly quotable.
There's a sunshine at the end of all that darkness. Come on up here, sunshine.
Red rider, your mouth, your mouth.
I thought for sure that bitch was going to pick out Dr. Detroit. Because you're going to go into that too. I'm going to rip off your head and shit down your neck.
I had to come here because I
can't remember. Yeah.
come on, Ma. Let's figure this out. Me and you. Come on. Huh?
My favorite line was always smooth Walker. That was it.
Mine is pretty simple. Absolutely anything from Blazing Saddles. I think is my number one. I mean, I couldn't pick really anything, but I will tell you that there are a lot of funny movies in this world. There's a lot of, Christmas vacation movies, Airplane that you mentioned. Blazing Saddles for me is the one I can watch over and over and over and over and over again and still laugh every single time, even knowing that they're coming, But that's mine.
The Sheriff is Near. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. They said, what was it? They said you was hung, and they was right.
When he's talking to, he's like, you were the Frisco kid or whatever it was, and he's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Look at that, as solid as a rock. I know.
Yeah, but I shoot with this hand.
There's a million good ones from that movie. For sure. All right, good question. I like that one.
Yeah,
next up on the mailbag.
No, I didn't get to. Creed didn't care.
All right, real quick. In this scene, Creed cares. Okay, and
set it up, will you? Let's do some more role play.
Role play, and Creed starts scene in this. Will you care about his quote? And go.
I completely forgot. Knox, what was your favorite?
You don't go out looking for a job like that, do you? On a weekday? My job for you is to go out and do as your parents did. Get a job, sir.
And
your revolution is over, Mr. Lebowski. The bomb's lost.
You did love that is your favorite movie, though, isn't it? The Big Lebowski. Yep. Yeah.
I'm a little out of order on that one, but yeah.
That's okay. Close enough. It was good. I like that. I think this is the last one. I think. Good evening.
Good evening.
This may sound crazy, but aliens are trying to kill me. Remember this guy? Oops. Gotta stop doing that with the camera.
Got very dark.
It's even worse.
There you go.
Yeah, this is from that person with the aliens. I know that you've all called me crazy in the past, and I know my stories I've told of radioactive owls eating my cat have discredited me in the community's eyes. I certainly know now that radioactive owls carrying off my cat is an absurd story. I mean, I don't even own a cat. But now I realize that I told those stories for a reason. They are screen memories, a memory that the mind dreams up to mask unspeakable trauma.
Wow, that's deep. Unspeakable trauma. Starring Lorenzo Lamas.
Okay, I'm Lorenzo Lamas.
Lorenzo Lamas.
I'm
He
riding.
was also the Renegade.
Yes, I'm riding a motorcycle. Wasn't his father more a better actor?
By far.
Yes. What's this guy's question? Do we
I
think
can't
that he,
find the page.
that he was adopted?
He said aliens were trying to kill him, and that he made up a story about a radioactive owl eating his cat. And then he says, you know what? I don't even have a cat. But basically, he's saying that these are screened memories that are, I guess, subliminally buried inside. And I don't know.
It says, now, what kind of trauma could cause that, I wonder? Oh, I know. Getting abducted and gang probed.
Gang probed.
Wow.
Everyone has a pro.
Gang probed.
Gang probed.
I found proof of my suspicions just this afternoon as I was walking to my New York apartment from the only hot dog vendor in the city, whom I know for a fact isn't security, a military robot built to poison me. The government and I go way back, he says. That from Fern from Facebook checking in with some weird stuff again. But so that's it. Now we found out that it is from getting abducted and gang probed. That is the trauma. And that's where the dreams come from.
Gang probed.
So his gang probing was a representation of the cat, and maybe the radioactive owls are the aliens in his dreams.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Quite possibly.
By the way, do you like this this scar I have here? This
I saw that earlier. I
Yeah,
just
it was
figured
off
it was
center. I thought you might have joined a new religion.
yeah, right. Yeah, I didn't want to go all the way.
The zit?
It's a little
Okay.
off center.
Yeah, it was no. I call them like cluster bombs. You know, it's like not quite a zit, but it's like well, there's a zit or something in there, like some blackheads, like a whole bunch, everything all together. And I hate them. So Friday,
I'm having it removed.
No, this is a scab because it was
okay.
bump, and I just I got in there 2 days in a row and just squeezed the hell out of this thing. You got everything out of it for 2 days.
Did you use the tool that like Dr. Pimple Popper uses, or just use your fingers?
Oh, I just dug in there like a madman with my hands. I just
You got to get a tool, dude.
No.
Get the tool, dude.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Get the tool.
Gross. Hey, how was your birthday, by the way?
It was a lot of fun.
Did you drink?
I did. I got a nice. I had a nice buzz going on before the food got here.
Did you pass out in the food when it got there?
No, not that good. It wasn't that good. But yeah, well, once the food got here, I shoveled it all down, and then I was far too stuffed and far too I was getting to the point where I was getting a little drunk before the food got here. So
you don't drink much, right? I mean, you don't
like a fish.
The kids come to him and they're like, "Daddy, why do you drink so much?"
Yeah. No, not that much. No.
Yeah.
Here and there. But
do you and the wife sit around late at night on a weekend and drink liquor? See, I don't drink at home.
Sometimes,
for some reason.
Yeah, sometimes we do. I have the most tequila in my house right now because before when the pandemic hit, right?
Yeah,
before
he's gonna have a Cinco de Mayo. That was going to be the scene out in front on the sidewalk. Was the Cinco de Mayo party with lots of tequila for the neighbors.
I know. I need to start selling, like literally.
Block party.
Get
the block party.
Probably like 2 gallons of tequila.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's
Why
too
so
much.
much? Do you even drink tequila? Or does she?
Yeah, no, I like tequila. Yeah, but I bought a big one, like a big giant Jose Cuervo one, right? And before the pandemic, and I thought that, and I bought a vodka one, and I drank all the vodka, and
Jesus,
in one day
over the pandemic.
All right,
Yeah,
never mind.
You knocked out all the vodka. What kind of vodka did you get?
Oh, well,
Plastic.
Yeah, it was Aristocrat because I thought
Oh, the best.
because I thought like, okay, what does it matter? You know, I'll be killing my neighbors in 2 weeks anyways.
What does it matter? Where's the Aristocrat, honey?
Listen,
So-
if there was a lockdown, I would definitely want liquor, and I don't even drink liquor, but I would love to be just blasted the entire time. I mean, if there was a true like if it was like what it was looking like it was going to be at one point,
Right.
I
That's
would have
what I
stocked
thought.
up on that too.
So
Tony D is in the house.
D.
but yeah, no, I had a very good birthday. That's good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Very good.
So you splurged on the Cuervo and you put less money into the vodka.
Well, no, I bought the Jose because like that was the lowest level of tequila that I wanted to have a lot of. 'Cause like I said, I thought the apocalypse was coming. So
Yeah, because you got to remember he stocked up. Remember he told
yeah,
This is the same day that you were buying all the canned goods.
no, this was over time or whatever, right? But yeah,
he's got
normal-
a bunker. You got a
normally
bunker
we have,
somewhere.
yeah,
Where's
yeah.
your bunker? Tell me where your bunker is.
I can't tell you what the bunker is. Which one?
Good answer. Well, I was thinking for a minute we might not have to have that intervention with Knox and just have an intervention with you with the drinking. But I see.
No,
Makes
yeah,
sense now.
it's just yeah.
Mikey, are you sure you don't want to do the cartoon thing? I mean,
I don't really want to rush through it.
No,
We've got technically. You got to remember, we're at 1:38 now, so we still got about 20 minutes if you want to. I mean, do we need longer than 20 minutes?
No, I would say I'm with Mikey. Don't rush it. You know,
I'm not saying rushing it. I'm in no hurry, but if you want to wait and save it, we can. That's
I would like
totally up
to.
you.
Because I feel like it could end up being an hour of us talking about stuff because there's a lot to talk about.
Gotcha. Well, now what?
All right, see ya.
Okay, bye.
Bishop just drops out. Bye. Boom. Done. He's like, what's this message from Bishop? Tell him you'll do it another time. Okay. Yeah, we should just do it another time. Yeah. Just do it another time.
Was that on a private chat
Yeah, it was in the private.
that I never see?
Nothing in there.
Nothing. But if anybody would like to see the interview I did exclusively,
Yeah,
I
it's
can
on
send
the
you a
Twitch.
link.
It's on Twitch. Just go to Twitch.
It's also on Twitter. Go to Twitter.
It's extremely vulgar.
The Ugly
Enjoy.
Pirate said that Creed was silent, Mikey, during the interview.
No, he was laughing uncomfortably, nonstop.
Very uncomfortable the entire time.
But she loved it. She loved it.
She did, and the Ugly Pirate loved it too. That's right down his.
And Nick
He
said it was
enjoyed
good
that.
too. Nick was watching. Nick said it was
Nick
good.
listened to like the end of it. Don't let him. He jumped in at the end and then was like, "You did a great job, Mikey. Good job." And
Just
by the
like
way, I'm
a
silent during. I
P1
do
should.
not. I don't like to interview people, so I will be quiet the entire time. And then Bish, of course, I get on the phone with Bish. He calls me, apologizing about missing out on the thing before, and I said, "No, it's no big deal." I said, "But you do know we have an interview in 9 minutes." Well, he's out
was
running
fun.
errands. And then, of course, Knox, he just goes silent because whenever there's an interview, he hates doing interviews. So he just goes
Interviews are
silent,
fun
too.
though. Don't y'all? I mean, am I the only one who thinks interviews are fun?
No, I
They
think
can
they're fun.
be. If it's someone that I'm interested in, I'm all over it.
Yeah.
So.
Knox only comes in for the A grade,
No, we went over this off the air.
comes in for the top tier.
You'll come in when you have Bruce Dern.
That's right.
By the
He
way,
wants
I,
top-
here.
I,
He
I,
wants
realized,
top shelf liquor.
I realized that he was in the Hateful Eight.
Yeah, he's in a lot of movies.
I liked that movie.
Hateful Eight.
He
yeah.
was in the Hateful Eight. That's right. Yeah.
He was the Confederate general.
You remember that movie he was into with what's his name? The old black guy. He's like a boxer. He has to fight a bunch of people in one day. He has to beat up so many people in a day to save the town.
With Louis Gossett Jr.?
Yeah. That was a great movie.
Town?
Oh my God. Something like that.
One more quick thing before.
That was Bruce Dern? I thought that was.
Oh yeah, Bruce Dern was the bad guy because he's like, just let me know when you're ready for my other fighters.
All right, role play. Here we go. You're out there. All right,
set it up, baby. All right, I got one thing for you, and that's this training video. Hopefully, you haven't seen it because it's got 9 million views. I'm not going to play the video. I'm just going to do the audio so you guys can try and guess if you haven't seen it or heard it. But it is very good. It's only 1 minute and 54, but you got to figure out what the fast food restaurant was.
Drinks. Cold. Are you ready? Here we go. Soft drinks, lemonade, water, cold tea. It's up to you. It's up to me. Cold drinks come in 4 cups. Gotta know the size before you fill it up. Biggie, medium, small, kids meal. Keep it straight. It's a good deal. Use the scoop to fill with ice. Never use the cup. Take my advice.
By the way, can you imagine being this girl and having to, you know what I mean? Like now, to go back and be like, oh my God.
So she says, never use the cup to scoop the ice. Take my advice. So that right there is going to eliminate any of the fast food chain restaurants because, like the Burger Kings and that kind of stuff, because the plastic cup will shatter. You already know the answer?
Yeah, I already know the answer. But
the soft drinks fill the ice halfway, no matter the size. That's what I say.
What do you mean do you understand this is very old? Like this wasn't just yesterday?
It sounds like Paula Abdul straight up.
It does kind of. Tell me. You think they didn't have? I mean, back then they would have foam and cardboard cups. Basically,
some places had plastic if they were sit down.
Back then,
yeah.
This place isn't sit down.
I said it's fast food.
I already know what it is. There was something they said that gave it away.
You're right. They did
a phrase.
They did. You're right.
Tilt the cup and push against the lever. Keeps the foam down now. Isn't that clever? If there's still foam, let it settle down.
This is what I love, these cheap bastards.
Don't pour it off or your boss will frown. When you reach a 1/4 inch from the top, that's where you want to stop. The customers say that.
You should have seen how much ice they filled in that cup, by the way. I hate that.
I always say light ice.
Mm-hmm.
They want to stay, put the drink on the left-hand side of the tray. If the order's to go, put the lid on tight. Make sure it pops to do it right. Then hand that drink to the coordinator and tell the guest you'll see him later.
Wow.
That's who sings.
Smile.
Tell me.
Don't forget to smile while you serve.
Is that what he says?
Oh, yeah.
Serve cold drinks.
Yeah.
Serve cold drinks.
Cold drinks. Yeah. Make sure to smile, motherfucker.
You're the one that can make the difference.
For lemonade, things stay the same, half full with ice. I said it again, fill the juice to a 1/4 inch from the top, just like you did the pop. Water is a courtesy to our guests. Use a small cup, you know the rest. Now it's time to
Small
serve
cup
cold
instead of the gun.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Dave Thomas himself wrote this? Because this is
That's
a very
question.
good.
Why did you just give it away to them? Why did you say that? Knox already didn't have a clue. Knox thought it was goddamn Chili's or
Oh,
Ruby
well,
Tuesdays.
I thought it was going to be like the ground round or something.
But it does say Biggie in there. That was
I heard the Biggie.
So they automatically know it's Wendy's.
I didn't. I was going to say that didn't click with me.
Yeah, I didn't hear the Biggie. I said McDonald's, but
That didn't click with me.
because they said juice. I've never been to Wendy's and got juice.
Well, they have lemonade,
Lemonade.
which they still do.
Well, they now have that
Ice is different.
Coke
Listen
machine
carefully. Instead of
where you can make
the
anything.
freestyle.
Yeah.
half full, fill it all the way up to the top of the cup. Add the tea, and if they ask for lemon, put it here. Now that's a given. Cold drinks, that's all there is to it. Go
For carry out inside the cup and on the side for dining room.
on the side of the
Try,
cup.
I know you can do it.
How
That was
fancy
it.
of them on the side of the cup.
Ooh.
On a plate.
What would you have guessed, Bish, before Mikey ruined that for you?
I was gonna say McDonald's, but Wendy's makes sense.
You guys remember the orange high C at McDonald's back in the day?
Mm-hmm.
You remember that? I thought it was high C.
Sure, it was
Could
high
be.
Might not. Well, hopefully next week we can get you your cartoon thing. I got it all locked and loaded, ready to go.
Look at that. Show writes itself.
Yeah. Any last role plays or any last words, Knox?
Next week we'll do it for real. What day it is?
This one was real.
Oh, we did
Well,
great tonight.
it was great tonight, but you know, it won't be. It was very rattled on the first half of it. It was rattled.
You've been very rattled this entire week.
Creed made a C- bit into a strong B+. Strong B+.
How about do a whole week's worth of stuff?
Nope,
you know?
just that day.
Break in every 3 minutes or so. Mikey, any last words?
Don't forget to join us Friday night when we'll have Todd Reed on, special effects artist extraordinaire. Will be live from his lair.
I'm looking forward to that. Which now I all of a sudden care about only because of Universal Studios and the greatest show at Universal Studios, the hair and makeup show.
Oh yeah, so
That
good.
really is my favorite. It really is. Bishop, you okay there?
I'm good. Yeah,
Okay. Any last words?
it was a fly going by.
I was wondering what you're doing there.
Yeah. July the 22nd be with you.
All right. Very good.
A day
Don't
early.
forget Friday morning we'll be back live early Friday morning for the Pick and Flip podcast. It's going to be at either 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. I haven't decided yet.
Question, real quick. Is it okay if I do the lottery show on tomorrow?
Sure. Do it anytime. Yeah. You want to do it tomorrow afternoon?
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon.
All right. So tomorrow afternoon, the lottery show, anytime between 6 and 10 a.m. When do you think you're going to do it? In the afternoon, like normal time? Or?
At 3 o'clock.
All right.
3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, by the way, thanks to Slots and Scratchers on YouTube. I
Oh, my
won
God.
$40 this past weekend. Watching
forgot
this
to mention
guy
that.
do Scratchers. Yeah.
Did
40
you guys
bucks.
know that? That
No.
Mikey won money on YouTube on a
Yeah.
random guy scratching lottery tickets, and he had called me and told me about it, but I was late.
All you had to do
the
is get in
guy-
the chat. He'll pick you,
Yeah.
and then he'd scratch a ticket for you. And if it won, he PayPal'd you the money.
Yeah.
40
Did you
bucks.
get the money? Did you
Yes,
get
I
the
did.
money yet?
I did.
Ain't that something?
Ain't that something? Bishop will never do that in a million years.
Slot and Scratchers.
All right, so tomorrow with the lottery, and then we got an interview Friday night, Pick and Flip podcast Friday, and you never know, we might jump on at some point. That's why you want to click that bell notification on wherever you watch us on or listen, and we just might surprise you. All right, see you soon. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Bye.